Good morning, children. I think all of you are fine. So this today's situation is, as you know, we should wear your mask when you go outside. Don't go to nearby houses for playing unnecessarily. So be at home and keep safe. So today, welcome to this class. We are studying Standard 7th Geography Chapter 4 Air. So in the previous class, we completed half portion of this fourth chapter. In the previous class, we completed half portion of this fourth chapter Air. In that, we understood that air consists of different gases like nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide. And also we understood that how they help the lives of animals, plants and human beings. All these gases in the air very important for the lives of human beings, plants and animals. Okay. So then next version in the same class we study that atmosphere has different layers, troposphere, stratosphere, thermosphere, etc. So we studied about that in the previous class. So we are going to study the half portion of the same chapter today. This is weather and climate. Today's our portion is chapter 4. It is a part of chapter 4 air. So today we will study about weather and climate. As you know, weather is the today's day-to-day temperature or day-to-day condition of the atmosphere is called weather, or the condition of atmosphere for a short period is called weather. The condition of atmosphere for a long period is called climate. That is studied in the previous class. Today we are going to study about what are the factors affecting the weather or climate of a place. What are the factors affecting the weather or climate of a place? First one is temperature. Temperature is the one of the condition that can affect the weather or climate of a place. What is temperature? The difference between hotness and coldness is called temperature. Some area may be the temperature of the some areas are very cold. Temperature of the some areas are very hot. So the difference between coldness and hotness is called temperature. Okay. Insolation, another one word you understand, children. Insolation is the matter which affects the temperature of a place. Temperature of a place. Insolation. So insolation is the factor which affects the temperature of a place. Okay. അതായത് ഒരു സ്ഥലത്തെ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇൻസുലേഷനെ ആശ്രയിച്ചാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ. വാട്ട് ഈസ് ഇൻസുലേഷൻ? Incoming solar energy received by earth is called insolation. Incoming solar energy received by earth is called insolation. So children, temperature, you know, temperature can affect the weather or a climate of the place. It depends upon, temperature depends upon the word insolation, 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 meaning incoming solar energy received by earth. Okay, let us see, children. This is our earth, this is the sun. Okay, sunlight falls directly on equator. Here, that means torrid zone. Okay, sunlight directly falls on equator. Okay, and this area therefore receives high insolation or solar energy. So what is insolation? Incoming solar energy received by the earth is called insolation. Insolation or temperature, solar energy received by the earth is high in the equator. Okay, and this energy falls slantingly on the poles, slantingly, so power decreases. So here solar energy received by the earth is very less. So from this we understand that the incoming solar energy received by the earth, that is called insolation. Insolation is very high in the equator. Insolation is very high in the equator, and it decreases as it goes to poles. Okay. So children, this is what we understand as the temperature. We are studying about the temperature. The temperature of a country or a place depends upon insolation. What is insolation? Insolation means incoming solar energy received by earth is called insolation. Here we see that sunlight directly falls on equator. So insolation is very high. Okay, in equator the insolation is very high and it decreases as we go towards the poles. As we go to the edge, it will decrease. So from this we understand that the places which are in the equator, the places which are near the equator will have a high temperature. The countries which are located in the equator region will have high temperature, and it will decrease. Temperature will decrease to the countries as we go to poles. The countries which are near to the poles will have cold climate, and the countries which are in the equator will have hot climate. So from this we understand that temperature or the word insolation affect the weather or the climate of a place. So first we understand that temperature affect the climate of a place. Okay, another word is insolation. What is insolation? Incoming solar energy received by the earth. Sunlight, when it comes, the earth will receive. This is called. It is high in the equator and lower in the poles. This completed. Then another one is air pressure. Air pressure. Air pressure. Air, as you have studied in the lower class, that air also exerts pressure. Air also exerts pressure. Okay. If you blow the balloon, and if you leave that, the balloon will fly. Okay, from this we understand that air exerting pressure. Okay, so air pressure is the another factor which affect the weather and climate of a place. Always air move from high pressure to low pressure. Air move from high pressure to low pressure. Therefore low pressure area will have always rainfalls, and high pressure areas will have pleasant climates. So the areas where there is high pressure will have the pleasant climate, and the areas where there is low pressure will have rainfalls, high rainfall. So thus we understand that air pressure also affect the climate of a place. Then another one is wind. As you know, wind is also affecting. Wind can also affect the weather or climate of a place. There are three types of wind. So before that, what is wind? What is wind? Yes, wind means air moving from high pressure to low pressure is called wind. Air moving from high pressure to low pressure is called wind. Okay, there are three types of winds: permanent wind, seasonal wind, and local wind. Okay, in our own earth, different types. Sometimes in some areas throughout the year a type of wind is blowing. Throughout the year, it is not seasonal. Throughout the year, this wind will be continuously blowing. Such wind is called permanent wind. So what is permanent wind? The wind that blows throughout the year continuously is called permanent wind. Example: trade wind and westerlies. In your textbook, the picture is given. Okay, the textbook, the directions, directions are areas they move. It is shown here in this picture. Okay. Then permanent wind means the wind that blows throughout the year is called continuously throughout the year is called permanent wind. Example, trade winds and westerlies. Then second one is seasonal winds. Seasonal wind means it will blow only a particular season of a year, particular time. In a particular season, the wind that blows in a particular season is called seasonal winds. Example, monsoon wind in India. Okay, in India, rainfall. Rainy season will come only in a particular season. That time, a wind blows throughout India. This is called monsoon winds. Okay, so monsoon wind not throughout the year. It is coming only in a particular season. Therefore, such wind is called seasonal winds. Okay, and local winds. Local wind means everywhere it will not be there. It will be blowing only in a particular area. This is called local wind. Example, Loo. Loo is a hot and dry wind that blows only in desert area or in Rajasthan. Northern India ചില ഭാഗങ്ങളിൽ ചില സമയങ്ങളിൽ വീശുന്ന അവിടങ്ങളിൽ മാത്രം വീശുന്ന കാറ്റാണ് ലൂ. Okay, so wind is the another factor that affect the weather and climate of a place. What is wind? Wind means air moving from high pressure to low pressure. There are three types of wind: permanent winds, seasonal winds and local winds. Okay, permanent wind means that it blows throughout the year. Example, trade winds and westerlies. Seasonal wind means it will blow only in a particular season. Example, trade winds and westerlies. Local wind means the wind that blows only in a particular area or in a local area is called local wind. Example, Loo. Another one is called rainfall. Okay, as you know, the another factor, fourth factor affecting the weather and climate of a place is rainfall. Okay. Oh, what is rainfall? As you know, rainfall we have studied in the previous classes that from the river or ocean, the water will be gone upside. Okay, due to the sunlight, it rise up and forms the cloud. Okay, then it will cool down. It evaporates and goes upside and becomes cloud. Then it cools down and falls rainfall. Okay, this is called rainfall. The areas which receive more rainfall will have a cold climate or good climate. The areas where there is a heavy rainfall will have greeny climate, and the areas where there is no rainfall will have desert climate. So rainfall also can affect the weather and the climate of a place. Okay, there are three types of rainfall, just like wind. Three types of rainfall: cyclonic rainfall, orographic rainfall, and conventional rainfall. Okay, then cyclonic rainfall. When the cyclone occurs, wind occurs, air high pressure air will blow to low pressure area and they meet together and causes rainfall. When cyclone is coming, the low pressure and high pressure meet together and causes rainfall. Such rainfall is called cyclonic rainfall. Then what is orographic rainfall? As you know, orographic rainfall is this. From the ocean, the water will be evaporated and rise up, and this then form the cloud. This cloud will be blocked by the mountains and causes rainfall in this particular area, and this is called orographic rainfall. Okay, from the ocean the water will be gone up to the land. Then this water will be blocked by the mountains and causes rainfall on land is called orographic rainfall. Then what is another one is conventional rainfall. On land, the hot air from the land, the hot air will rise up and dust particles in the atmosphere. Okay, and join with this and causes rainfall, which is called conventional rainfall. On the land, the hot air will go up and meet with the lower air in the sky and forms the clouds, and rainfall is called orographic rainfall, conventional rainfall. Then in this chapter we study that the weather and climate are affected by 1, 2, 3, 4 factors. First one is temperature. Temperature means solar energy. Okay, that means insolation. Insolation affects the climate of a place. What is insolation? Incoming solar radiation is called insolation. It is more in the insolation is more in the equator and it decreases as we go to poles. Okay. Then air pressure is another one. Air always move from high pressure to low pressure. Then another one is wind. What is wind? Wind means air moving from high pressure to low pressure is called wind. There are three types of wind: permanent wind, seasonal wind, local wind. What is permanent wind? The wind that blows throughout the year in the world. In the world, the air that blows throughout the year is called permanent wind. Example: trade wind and westerlies. Seasonal wind, the wind that blows only a particular season is called seasonal wind. Example: monsoon. Local wind, the wind that blows only in a local area is called local wind. Example: Lu. Then rainfall. Rainfall means three types of rainfall: cyclonic rainfall, orographic rainfall. Orographic means rainfall means the rain occurring in the mountain region is called orographic. Mountains. Okay, and hot air will be or clouds will be blocked by the mountains and causes rainfall. This is called orographic. This area is called rain shadow region. Here there will not be no rain. There will be no rain. Okay. Orographic rainfall. Then conventional rainfall. That means that blows only the land is called conventional rainfall. So these are the this is the end of this chapter. Okay. Weather and climate. Okay. Thank you.